the Golden State Warriors shattered the Clippers' hopes in a tense 9-1-9-0 preseason win, capped by Lindy Waters' ice buzzer-beating three. But it was Steph Curry's commanding presence that truly dismantled the Clippers, turning this game into more than just a victory. It was a harsh warning that the Warriors are back and deadlier than ever.
Lindy Waters for the win. His fifth three.
But how did the Warriors reach this thrilling conclusion? Let's dive into the game's most pivotal moments, starting with the emerging star, Lindy Waters' Lindy Waters' may have been a fresh face on this Warriors team, but he wasted no time proving that he's more than capable of handling high-pressure moments. With the game on the line, Waters delivered a clutch three-pointer that not only secured the victory, but sent a message across the league. This kid can play. Throughout the game, Waters exhibited a poise that belied his relative inexperience, sinking 5 out of 7 attempts from beyond the arc and leading the team with 15 points. This impeccable shooting form, combined with a keen sense of timing, made him a standout performer in this preseason opener. But let's not forget the context of that game-winning shot. The Clippers were doing everything in their power to deny the Warriors a chance to get the ball into Waters' hands. They deflected 2 inbound passes, forcing the Warriors to try again, and each time the clock ticked closer to 0. The pressure was mounting, the crowd was holding its breath, and yet in the midst of all that chaos, Waters stayed calm. When the opportunity finally came, with just 1.6 seconds left on the clock, Waters rose up from beyond the arc and launched the shot that would send the Warriors into a frenzy. This wasn't just about one lucky shot, it was the culmination of a night filled with precision and focus. Waters was electric from the perimeter, hitting his stride early in the game and maintaining that momentum throughout. His accuracy was a critical factor in keeping the Warriors in the fight during key moments, and his final shot is one that will be replayed over and over as the season progresses. As Lindy Waters' announced his arrival with a bang, the game's broader narrative was shaped by the constant presence of Steph Curry, whose leadership on the court was nothing short of masterful. While Lindy Waters' buzzer beater will dominate the headlines, there's no denying that Steph Curry was the true architect of this victory. Even when he wasn't the one taking the final shot, Curry was constantly in control, dominating the pace, drawing defenders, and dictating the Warriors' offensive flow. His mere presence on the floor puts opposing teams in an impossible position. Do they double-team Curry and risk leaving other shooters wide open? Or do they play him one-on-one, knowing full well that he could easily go off for a flurry of threes at any moment? This was a classic Curry game. Though his minutes were limited, he made every second count, forcing the Clippers to react to his every move. With Curry on the court, the Warriors' offense ran like a well-oiled machine, moving the ball quickly and efficiently, keeping the Clippers on their heels. His basketball IQ is unmatched. Curry knows exactly when to push the tempo, when to slow things down, and when to defer to his teammates. It's this kind of leadership that transforms a team from good to great. And yet, what's most remarkable about Curry is his ability to impact a game without dominating the ball. Yes, he can light up a scoreboard, but his true power lies in how he warps defenses. With defenders always mindful of his shooting range, gaps start to open up for players like Lindy Waters and Moses Moody. Curry's gravitational pull in the defense creates opportunities for his teammates to thrive, and that's exactly what we saw in this game. Even when Curry wasn't scoring, he was dictating the game's flow. His leadership was evident in every play as he set the tone for the Warriors' resilience, composure, and ability to adapt. The Clippers may have come into this game with hopes of pulling off a win, but Curry systematically dismantled those hopes over the course of the night. The buzzer beater was just the final nail in the coffin. Curry had been crushing their chances long before that shot ever went up. But while Curry was pulling the strings on the court, head coach Steve Kerr was orchestrating his own game plan from the sidelines, experimenting with lineups and rotations that could define the Warriors' season. Steve Kerr, ever the tactician, used this preseason matchup as an opportunity to test new rotations and combinations, giving fans a glimpse into what the Warriors might look like once the regular season gets underway. With Andrew Wiggins out due to illness, Kerr made the bold decision to start Jonathan Kuminga at small forward, a move that could shape the Warriors' approach going forward. And Kuminga, traditionally viewed as a power forward, showed flashes of versatility in this game, and Kerr's willingness to experiment with his positioning speaks volumes about the team's flexibility. As always, Kerr's focus wasn't just on getting the win, It was on preparing for the long haul. Throughout the game, we saw a variety of different lineups, each one designed to push the pace and create mismatches. Kerr's strategy revolved around blending the experience of veterans like Gary Payton, and Buddy Hield with the energy of younger players like Kuminga and Moses Moody. This approach allowed the Warriors to maintain intensity even when their star players were on the bench. The decision to pair Kuminga with Curry and Draymond Green while resting the likes of Wiggins and Klay Thompson highlighted Kerr's trust in his young core. Kuminga's ability to contribute both offensively and defensively was on full display, particularly in transition where his athleticism came to the forefront. And with Waters proving his worth as a perimeter threat, Kerr's rotation choices look increasingly dangerous for opposing teams. This preseason game was about more than just testing lineups, though. It was about setting the tone for the season. Kerr's clearly thinking long-term, preparing for the grind of an 82-game season where adaptability and depth will be crucial. The Warriors are well equipped to handle whatever challenges come their way, and Kerr's rotations in this game are a testament to his forward-thinking approach. With Kerr's rotations revealing the depth and flexibility of this Warriors team, it's time to dive into the numbers that underscore just how dominant they were in this game. The numbers from this game paint a clear picture of why the Warriors came out on top. Let's start with Lindy Waters, who led the team with 15 points on 5 for 7 shooting, all of them from three-point range. Waters was an absolute sniper, hitting 71% of his shots from deep, a performance that lifted the Warriors when they needed it most. But he wasn't the only one putting up numbers. Moses Moody added 12 points, shooting 4 for 9 from the field, and led the team with a 14+ differential, showcasing his all-around impact on both ends of the floor. As a team, the Warriors outscored the Clippers 28-20 in the third quarter, flipping the game on its head after a slow start. This surge in the second half was fueled by a combination of aggressive defense and smart shot selection. The Warriors took advantage of every Clippers mistake, turning turnovers into fast break opportunities and capitalizing on open looks from beyond the arc. The Warriors' defensive pressure was also critical in slowing down the Clippers' offense, particularly in key moments where they seemed poised to pull away. Every time the Clippers tried to mount a comeback, the Warriors had an answer, whether it was a timely three from Waters or Moody, or a defensive stop from Kuminga. Steph Curry, though not scoring in bunches, had his fingerprints all over this game. His leadership and on-court IQ allowed the Warriors to maintain their composure, particularly during that pivotal third-quarter run. While Curry's own shooting numbers may not have jumped off the page, his ability to orchestrate the offense was vital. The defense's need to constantly account for Curry opened up space for other players to shine, which is exactly what we saw with Waters and Moody. Curry's impact, as always, transcends the stat sheet. So the Clippers, on the other hand, struggled to find consistency. Despite James Harden's presence, they were without Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, leaving a gap in their offensive firepower. So the Warriors took advantage of this, especially in transition, outpacing and outshooting the Clippers when it mattered most. So the final numbers tell the story of a game that the Warriors controlled in the second half, setting the stage for the dramatic finale that Waters delivered. With the numbers backing up the Warriors' performance, it's clear that this victory was no fluke. But what does this win mean for the team moving forward? Let's take a closer look at the path ahead. This preseason win, while just one game, carries significant weight as the Warriors prepare for the long grind of the NBA season. Steph Curry has made it clear. This team is not just playing to compete, they're playing to win. The addition of Lindy Waters as a reliable three-point shooter, combined with the continued development of young stars like Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga, puts the Warriors in an enviable position. Depth is what separates contenders from pretenders, and the Warriors' depth, as demonstrated in this game, is a clear strength. Steve Kerr's willingness to experiment with rotations, particularly integrating Kuminga in various roles and giving Waters opportunities to shine, shows a confidence in his younger players that will be essential as the season progresses. We also saw how seamlessly veteran additions like Buddy Hield can fit into the Warriors system, providing instant offense and experience. Looking ahead, the key for the Warriors will be maintaining this balance. With Curry at the helm, there's no question about leadership or direction. The real challenge will be ensuring that the supporting cast continues to step up, especially in moments when Curry and Green aren't on the floor. Kerr's strategic rotations and the emergence of Waters give the Warriors multiple avenues to explore offensively, making them one of the most versatile teams in the league. The NBA season is long, and teams that start strong don't always finish that way. But with a preseason win like this, it's hard not to feel optimistic about what the Warriors can achieve. They've got the leadership, the shooting, the depth, and most importantly, the hunger to prove that they're still one of the league's elite Thessalians. This is just the beginning. As the season unfolds, the Warriors are poised to crush more than just hopes. They're ready to dominate. With Steph Curry leading the charge, expect more moments like this one, where the Warriors snatch victory from the jaws of defeat and remind the NBA they are still very much in the hunt for glory.